Hey guys, good morning. It's Sunday, and I caught a little few minutes of a program today, and they were talking about the myth of scarcity, and I wanted to address this from two perspectives that are kind of they kind of oppose each other, but I live in both of them, and I'm not judging either. Well, one I am, but that's a personal one. But I'm just laying this out there. So the myth of scarcity, I think, is something that drives my compulsion to shop, which I don't have a problem for per se when I'm shopping for eBay, when it's a valid purchase and I know it's something that will sell and another consumer can use it. But there is my eBay shopping started out of a compulsion to shop, just to shop, period. And and I got to this place where I'm like, you're going to be a hoarder. I wasn't that close, but you will be a hoarder at some point if you don't take control of this. And I didn't correct the issue. I just gave it an outlet. So I still have some of the shopping compulsion. And while most of it is met with eBay purchases, I still make purchases of my own. And I've tried to look for the reasons that I do that so that I can do less of that. And I think what I'm going to challenge myself to do is in the month of May, I'm not going to make purchases because they're pretty. And I still have this cast iron teapot right here at this table. I haven't done anything with it. I haven't listed it. I haven't researched it really. And I haven't taken it upstairs to use it because I really do like it. So I'm gonna put a spending freeze on for the month of May for personal items for myself, unless those things are groceries or it's a tangible item that I need to use, like shampoo. Anyway, so I've decided that I would share with you some of the reasons that I compulsively shop, and because it's just something I'm going to continue to work on through my life. It's not going to be an easy fix. These are there are issues that I need to work on within myself that are that are exposing themselves or coming out as a shopping need, a need to shop, and then present themselves to other people in different ways. They abuse drugs, they gamble, they have multiple affairs, whatever. I just tend to have a shopping compulsion. So some of the reasons that I do what I do, and I'm able to identify some of them, it's just I struggle in the moment, like while I'm at the store looking at the item. That's where I'm struggling. So I'm really looking to make a connection while I'm doing that. But one of the big things I do is buy for maybe. And I'm sure that some of you have that problem too. Maybe I'll need this. Maybe so-and-so can use it. Maybe, this will benefit me later. Whatever the maybe is. There's no set concrete reason for me to buy this item. There's a maybe. Another reason that I compulsively shop is to feel powerful, which means I feel powerless. And there's just something about swiping that card and having the means to buy what I want that makes me feel powerful. It's just the truth. And I'm looking to reassess where true power lies, and it is not in purchases. It is not. It is in what you can do with yourself and how you can empower yourself and how you can empower others. That's where true power lies. I'm buying to feel sufficient. So in some ways, I must feel insufficient and not enough. And so I'm buying to fill that, to be enough. And that's not going to work. And I know all of these things intellectually, but it is making the connection when the purchasing is happening that I'm struggling with. And I challenge each of you to look at, your habits if you're having a similar struggle. So I buy because I think this thing will enrich my life. And really, you enrich your own life. Your relationships enrich your life. The love in your life enriches your life. Your pets enrich your life. Items typically don't. There are a few. There are a few things that you may truly love, and you want to hold on to those things that do enrich your life. But that being said, sometimes you want to hold on to these things just from fear of losing them, just for fear. And I hate that we're driven by fear, but most of us honestly are. This is a big one that I'm working on right now, and it is really, really like eye-opening. I buy because I don't appreciate what I already have. And I have enough. I have more than enough. I could split everything and still have enough. So I'm really looking to appreciate the things that I have, the health that I have, the relationships that I have, the people in my life, the friends that I have, the roof over my head, the food in the fridge, to really appreciate those little things. So that's a big one for me. And also to, sometimes you get bored, you get lazy, you get, you're disillusioned, whatever the emotion is, I buy to soothe that. So those are some of the reasons that I buy, and it has to do with the myth of scarcity. Like, I don't have enough, I need to buy more. And the truth is, I don't need to buy anything else. I have enough. So anyway, that's one side of it. And completely opposite, completely unrelated to those emotional reasons, my personal emotional reasons, there is another side to this myth of scarcity from other resellers that don't like people that do what I do, in that I will reveal as much as I can about reselling, and to help you, meet a financial goal, or because we all have some financial goal. And so I'm fine with revealing anything and helping you at all in any way I can to build your reselling, your reselling business. So there are a lot of resellers that do not like that people do that, because they don't believe that there will be enough items out there to sell. They can't find items out there to buy, to resell. So they believe in this myth of scarcity that, well, now too many people are getting on board and now there's not enough items to buy. And I just wanted to throw out some statistics to you first of all, I think that is a terrible mentality to have. I think that is such a selfish, self-centered place to be, that I'm not going to share my knowledge because it will somehow benefit you and take away from me. When anytime that you empower somebody else to do something that they want to do that will help them change their lives, you benefit from that. Trust me. So I really get frustrated with that mentality. But and it's and not to get on religion here, but that is opposed to all of the three major religions that want you to share knowledge and information and enrich people and empower people and to help them, lift up people. That's against not even just the big three. That's against like every philosophy out there. So it just frustrates me and blows my mind. Okay, enough of that rant. But I thought I'd throw out some statistics to you so that you could get an idea of why there is this myth of scarcity, or why there is no scarcity. So the first one that is mind-blowing is that the U.S. contains 3% of the world's kids. So 3% of the kids born in the world are born here, or that live here. And we buy 40% of the world's toys. 40%. That's a huge number. Huge. By age 10, the average child has accumulated 238 toys. 238 toys. That's 24 toys a week, or 24 toys a year. That's almost one toy every 2 weeks. And they play with about 12 of those. 238 toys. They play with about 12 of them. So if you're a toy reseller, there's plenty out there. There are, in the average household, mine included, more TVs than people. More TVs than people. You see one behind me. There's actually a TV right here that I use for a monitor, but it's a TV. There's a TV in my living room and there's a TV in my bedroom. There are 2 people that live here. There are 4 TVs. With those TVs, there are all these devices. You know, Apple TV or the Google Chrome, Google Stick or whatever that is, or Roku, or DVD players, Blu-ray players, TiVos, home theater system. Okay, so you get the picture of all of the components that go with a TV. We're not going to run out of TV components. We're not going to run out of electronic items. How many cell phones are in your family? There's 3 in mine. There's only 2 people. So there's no scarcity of electronic components for those that sell electronic components. Some of these are unrelated to reselling, but I just thought I'd throw them out there. 40% of food goes to waste. How much food are you throwing away? 40%. Think what that could mean to your grocery bill. If you did not waste 40% of the food in your house. 40%. Every $100 that you spend on groceries, you throw away 40. Think about that. Another one that just enrages me, and I think I'm going to get rid of this device in my house, that there were enough K-cups thrown away in 2014 to circle the earth 12 times. And K-cups are almost 100% not recyclable. 100% not recyclable. That was 2014. I'm sure that number is exponentially bigger now. So I may be getting rid of my Keurig. Because when you throw away one little thing, it doesn't feel like that much. But when millions of people are doing it, that makes an impact. In 1930, the average woman had 9 outfits. 9. In the 2000s, and I bet this number is bigger now, the average woman has 30. 30 outfits. I probably have, and I just downsized, remember, like a week ago. And I bet I still have, 10 pairs of jeans hanging in my closet. 30 outfits for the average woman. So for clothing resellers, there's no scarcity. Women are buying clothes like crazy. Since this industry has kind of developed in the early 2000s, and maybe a little bit before that, but really come along in the 2000s, there is now an $8 billion home organization industry. We're accumulating things, and we need organizational devices and systems to store them so that we can buy more stuff. 1 in 10 people that live in the United States rents a storage unit. Now, I rent a storage unit, but it's strictly for business. But 1 in 10 people have a storage unit that they're storing stuff that they can't fit into their home. That there are, this number just blows my mind. There are more than, according to LA Times, more than 300,000 items in the average home. 300,000. I don't even know if 300,000 would fit in here, but I bet I'm closer to that number than I would imagine. 300,000 items in the average home. Here's 40 right here. The U.S. and Western Europe account for 12% of the population of the world. We're 12% of the population of the world. We consume 60% of consumer items in the world. 60%. So this country and the Western European countries are not interested, for the most part, in scaling back greatly. So there's still a lot of customers out there for resellers. And then 25%, and I think this is from the U.S. Department of Economics, maybe. Is that even a thing? Did I just make that up? I forget. It's from a U.S. cabinet. I don't remember which one. But 25% of people, 1 in 4, people that have a 2-car garage cannot park 1 car, not even 1 car, inside that garage because they have it so full of stuff. So full of stuff. 32% of people with a 2-car garage can only park 1 car inside. So I just wanted you to kind of absorb that. We are a consumerist country. We're based on capitalism and consumerism. That's kind of our culture and our society. And while there are groups of people that are, becoming nomads and they're selling most of their belongings and they're living in vans and RVs, there's that group of people. There are a group of other minimalists that live in tiny homes or that just live in normal homes that they have downsized their belongings. But for the most part, people are buying. People are buying. So there is this, there's no scarcity. There's plenty of stuff for people to sell. I am done with this rant. But I might come back and show you what I sold over the weekend. You guys hang tough. I will be back. So let's talk sales. And it has been kind of a mediocre weekend, but I have not been actively listing and all of that. So I really have no room to complain. And I'm just grateful for the sales that I've gotten. I really didn't, I hit $119 in sales over the weekend so far shipped. But again, I have not actively listed a lot of stuff. I've just done some relisting, and I'm gonna get back on it in the morning, which is the plan. So yeah, that's kind of where I am. But let's just jump in here. So I parted out that dollhouse, and I paid $7 for the dollhouse, and I've actually sold 2 things from the dollhouse, so I've actually gone into a profit. I sold this for $10.50. I had it listed for $14.99. I took a best offer on it because I thought I had it priced a little high. $10.50 plus shipping for a total of $13.89, and this is going to go first class. And I know that there are folks that will say, well, I didn't even fool with that. And most of the time, I'm not looking for that profit margin. I mean, I'm not actively looking for a $10 or $12 sale. But most of the sales that I've made this weekend have been those. So had I not had these $10 and $12 items, I wouldn't have sold anything this weekend. Or very little this weekend. But when I have the opportunity to take a small dollar item and turn it into multiple $10 and $12 items, I'm willing to do that. And again, that's not the price point I'm actively looking for, but when it presents myself and it's going to be an easy sale, then I'm going to jump on it. And that's my philosophy. Yours may be different. I'm certainly not one of those $10,000 sellers yet. Someday maybe, but not yet. I'm just trying to give you the benefit of what I have learned so far. So that being said, this was also in that dollhouse lot. So that staircase was physically part of the dollhouse, but this was in the lot that there was like a lot of toys that go with the dollhouse with it. These do not go with that dollhouse. These are for Fisher Price. That's for Little Tykes. Fisher Price, Princess Songs Castle. These are the flags that go on the top. I just showed these to you in a video like a week ago or so. I sold these for $10 shipped, but they go first class. So I'll make about $5 or $6, about $5 on those. So, I mean, there's just, how are you going to complain about that? These I bought for 75 cents, I believe, 50 cents, 75 cents. I've had these probably, I'm guessing, for a year, maybe just under, but probably a year. And these are actually made by Samsonite, and it says wet pack and shoe bags. And basically inside this zippered pouch are 2 shoe bags for your shoes for when you're traveling. That way you can put your shoes inside those bags and they won't get the rest of the stuff in your luggage dirty. And then this bag is actually the wet pack. So wet bathing suit, wet washcloths or what have you, you could put in this to keep the rest of your stuff dry. I wouldn't recommend keeping your stuff in this for very long because it'd probably mildew, but anyway, I sold this for, oh, what did I sell it for? $9.99 shipped, and this will take cost $2.61 to ship. So, I mean, I don't know why I bought it anyway. So this came from that Pokemon game that I had that I've sold the movers and the cards out of already, and so I make probably, I took a $2 game and I've turned it into a $25 game so far. And then I just sold these. There's 6 of these little little tokens in here, starter chips in here. I sold these for $9.75 shipped. Let's see what else. This panini press that I bought a couple of weeks ago. These are some of the plates for it. I think I paid $5 for this guy. It's made by Cuisinart, and mine was kind of no frills. There was no manual or anything with it. It's a used one, but in good condition. I sold it for $32.99, plus shipping for a total of $46.58. And let's see, what else? I think just one more thing. Yeah, just one more thing. And it is this Tablecraft beverage. And I know you've seen these. It's a beverage dispenser. So it sits on the table like this, and the lid goes on top, and it dispenses the beverages. I bought this for a couple of bucks. I think I paid like $2 or $3 for it, but I've had it for at least 6 months, I would guess. I didn't know I wouldn't sell, and I got a message from a potential buyer that said, hey, just an FYI, the shipping on this thing to somewhere out west is $46. And I'm like, crap, $46? Who's going to pay that? So what I did was I changed it from priority shipping to parcel and FedEx. And I sold this for $19.75, so it's been marked down a couple times, plus shipping for a total of $26.58, which sounds really, really cheap. So I'm kind of wondering if I didn't mess up on the shipping or something. But I don't know, where is it going to. Let's see where it's going to. But it is what it is. I was just going to West Virginia, one state over. It might still cost me a little bit more than that to ship it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I got that sold. And, because, I'm here to show you my mistakes as much as my successes and my philosophies and everything else. Did I make a mistake? Maybe. So anyway, it is pretty lightweight though. The only thing is the dimensions, because it looks like it's probably going to ship in a 12 by 12 by 12. I'm guessing, which won't get into that dimensional weight. I just need to make sure I have that size box. But that's all that I've sold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 things so far this weekend. If there's more, I'll show you more tomorrow. And I really need to get on getting some stuff listed. I still have, I don't know if I'd call it a death pile. It's about a day's worth of listing. I mean, I don't consider that a death pile. I know that some people, some of my friends, some of the folks that watch me have entire sheds full of stuff that's not listed. But, you'll get through it eventually, or you'll have a yard sale, or you'll give some of it away, and it will dissipate. But I do want to get this listed. I do have that goal. Oh, let me show you 2 things that I just bought. So the other day when I was feeling not so perky, but I had to go out to my storage unit, I stopped at Goodwill, and I made a couple purchases. And let me show you what those are real quick. So this is made by Bernina, and it's a Burnett serger, and it's kind of an oldisher one. It looks like it's in okay shape. It doesn't look too worn out, which these sometimes can get. I did not check for parting it out, because sometimes the cords for these can go pretty well. The cords for sewing machines, not these particular models. I paid $9 for this, and I can reasonably get I think about $60 for parts, just as is kind of thing for this, and more if I fully test it and make sure that it works and stuff like that. Again, for parting out, I haven't looked, but you know, that might be an option too. But so I bought that, and usually these things run in lots. So if I find a serger, I'll find a sewing machine, or I'll find something else sewing related. And this time, it's okay, folks, I'm fine. It just happened to be this Hobby Lock serger. Look at this. I mean, this looks like somebody just pulled it off their sewing table and put the cover on it and said, hey, you want this? But this one, I also paid $9. They were $8.99. And it's in really good condition. I'm thinking I'm probably going to let my daughter borrow this for a while before I sell it, just so she can get the use out of it, because she's interested in, she's a sewer. I wish I was more of a sewer. Gosh, I wish I was more like her. She's awesome. But anyway, I'm going to let her borrow this for a while, but this will reasonably sell for about $150 in good use condition. And the cool thing is, if I let her borrow it, she'll test it out for me and let me know whether it works correctly or not. And I really believe, looking at this, that it probably does. But yeah, it's got this nice little Hobby Lock cover, dust cover, that's so very 80s. It reminds me of back when they used to cover their monitor, their keyboard and stuff with plastic to keep the dust off of it. Now, you know, we spill soda pop in the top of ours and we're like, whatever. But yeah, so anyway, those are the two things that I bought, and I believe conservatively that $18, let's round up to $20 for tax and all that, investment should bring me about $200, and I love those. I love those. Those are so awesome. But anyway, those are the two things that I bought. Again, we'll work on doing the death pile. Maybe it's not really a death pile. It's more in hospice. But try to get that worked through, and then I don't know if I'll get any sourcing done tomorrow, because you know fees are due, and that's going to take a big bite out of my PayPal account, and I really need to start paying those weekly so it doesn't hit me at the end of the month like this every month. But I might go and do a little sourcing maybe Tuesday morning. So really trying to focus on making sure I've gotten things taken care of here at the house first, eBay second. And so, you know, trying to get my priorities in check. But yeah, so anyway, that's all I've got for the day. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Here in the Midwest, yesterday stank. It rained. It was cloudy, a thunderstorm. Today has been gorgeous, windy, 80-something degrees, lovely, sunny. Can't complain. Can't complain about yesterday either, because it wasn't snowing, so I'm never going to complain about that. And yeah, I hope you were able to enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to water your flowers if you didn't get any rain. And you know, keep strong. Stay strong. You know, buy you some stuff and get it listed when you can, you know, so you can build this up a little bit, because I know you want to. So, like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you need from me or what you would like a video about. I don't mind revisiting the same topics again if you want more information. If there's a particular process or task that you would like me to go over with you in a video, I'm more than happy to do that. And You know, I love getting your comments, so make sure you comment below. Join the Facebook page if you're into one of the, one of those social media folks. I need more social media folks because I'm not that great of a social media folk. But yeah, stay strong, keep thrifting. Just remember the dream works when you do. So keep dreaming and keep working, and I'll see you the next time.